behaviour, and this is a video on muzzle training. Now, muzzling is something that hopefully the majority of your dogs won't need to even consider, but it is a part of some people's lives. I muzzle my dog when we're at the vets because he's had a lot of veterinary treatment over his years. He's an old boy now, he's in quite a bit of pain, and I just want to make sure that I'm better safe than sorry. Some people need to muzzle their dog because they scavenge on a walk and it's become dangerous. Some people need to muzzle their dog because although they might have their dog under control and be taking every necessary precaution and being very responsible in many other ways, they cannot control the actions of the humans around them and their pet dogs. So that might be a reason that they need to muzzle their dog. And some dogs you're just not quite sure when they might be triggered. Maybe they're a rescue and they have a difficult past and you don't know when aggression could be triggered. So muzzling is a necessary precaution. So muzzles come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. I do not recommend the fabric muzzles. A lot of owners like them, I think because they're a bit more discreet, but actually they're not really in the dog's best interest at all. So the fabric muzzles basically tape the dog's mouth shut. They can't open it as well, they can't pant, they can't drink as easily. So I don't like the fabric muzzles. I do like these kind of cage muzzles, however. So this is a Baskerville muzzle. This is sort of your standard muzzle, probably what you would see at the vets. There's also a Baskerville Ultra. Now the differences between the two are just that this one tends to have smaller gaps, so it can be a little bit harder to post treats through the muzzle. I quite often recommend just snipping one of the bars. Of course, be careful, you don't want to diminish the integrity of the muzzle, but just making yourself a bigger hole to post treats through can be quite nice sometimes. So I would start just by holding the muzzle nice and wide open, and I would start by just putting some treats in the muzzle. My hand is there to stop them from falling through. You can eat them. Hello. What's that? What's that? So he was only at the vet's this morning, so he's feeling a little bit, not sure about this. So I obviously need to go back to a little bit of muzzle training just to make sure he's happy. So you would just feed your dog in the muzzle. They can put their tongue in there and lick the food from the bottom. Good boy. Some people like to smear a little bit of peanut butter or Primula cheese all over the base of the muzzle, so the dog's really got something to lick and help them build a nice positive association to that muzzle. Now, if you had a dog who was nervous of the muzzle, some dogs who haven't been well socialised, for example, they may be quite wary of this being such a novel item, or maybe they've had it shoved on their face already when they've been at the vets, maybe they were in pain, so it wasn't a nice experience for them, so they see the muzzle and they want to go running. So for those dogs, it might be helpful just to build some confidence in teaching them to stick their nose in things. Just as a trick to help build that concept that it's not so bad. So a yogurt pot might be a nice thing to start with. Good boy. So you could just shape this behaviour. Just hold out your yogurt pot, for example. Yes. And when the dog goes to sniff the yogurt pot, he gets a reward. Yes. I waited then until Ollie put his muzzle in a little bit more. Yes, good boy. Nice. Yes. Good lad. And then you can start building duration on that. So it might be worth looking at some of my other videos on, for example, chin target, which talks about how to build duration on a behaviour. But essentially, you're delaying, you'll mark a word, and then rewarding. So, 1, 2, yes, and reward. Good boy. 1, 2, yes, and reward. Lovely, good boy. So if we were doing this with the muzzle then, let's say you've spent a week or so just feeding your dog in the muzzle, making sure they're happy about the actual muzzle itself and sticking their nose in to get all the treats, then we need to start building some duration on that. So again, you're going to hold, 1, 2, yes, and reward. Hold your muzzle out for them, presenting the muzzle. I actually tend to say a word like muzzle, so that's almost becomes a cue word for shove your nose in. Good boy, muzzle, yes. Good lad. Muzzle, yes. So I'm just delaying slightly before I give my marker signal and ask him to put his nose in the muzzle. Back. Muzzle. 1, 2, yes. And pause. So you can really see the benefit of the marker signal there. Muzzle. 1, 2, yes. And forward. So you need to work on that. I would recommend working on building up on that duration until you can do it for at least 5 to 10 seconds, and that before you even start thinking about doing the straps up. Good boy. Back. Lovely. Muzzle. So now that we've got a little bit of duration, he's good boy, happy to keep that muzzle on his nose for a bit longer. I'm going to start playing with the straps. So for the dogs, this is just to get them used to you know, that feeling of something tightening around this area of their head. Muzzle. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Muzzle. Yay, good boy. So I keep doing that. Tug a little bit, just be quite gentle, but we're just getting used to that sensation. Yes! Good boy. So once you're in a place where you feel you can do the straps up, muzzle. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Practice feeding your dog through the muzzle. You know, which hole, either you're right-handed or left-handed, which hole works best. Build up the duration that they're wearing the muzzle for. Walk them with it. Practice tricks with it. Practice sits. Asking them to sit and then walk to heel and then sit again. And the reason I say that is because the weight of the muzzle feels a little bit funny. Okay, thank you very much for listening, and I hope you find this useful. Sit.